Today, we're going to be doing what the title fucking says. We're going to be revealing my list of the top 15 anime OPs of 2020, judged by me, criticized by me, and I am always right, everyone else is wrong. So therefore, you know, this is fact, and you'd have to take everything as fact, and if you have a different opinion, that's just unfortunate, I'm sorry. So, where do I begin? I want to talk about my criteria. I think is probably the best way to go through, right? So this is what I use. It's overlaid with the chat. It's overlaid with the chat. We're gonna deal with it. This is the criteria I judge by. I say like judge because like this is like what I use as like this is what I use as a like basis when I'm thinking about what makes a good OP. Like in my head, if all of these were perfect, you'd have the perfect OP. Like that's what I think, right? If the animation was crazy, insane style, it was really unique, all that shit was on spot, it would be the best OP ever made. You know, that's what I think, right? None of these are judged any particularly higher than any of the others. I think like an OP can do something really well. I think it's just like, you know, how it hits and how I judge it is. I think that's where that's where the individual bias comes in, right? It's like if I might value one of these things higher than others, in some cases, and some others than not, and that's going to be different between every one person. That's just kind of why that's the thing. That's just how it is. That's just how it is, ain't it? Let's jump right into it. Let's just jump right into it, shall we? We're gonna start with our honorable mentions. Gonna start with the honorable mentions. The things that you might have expected to be on the list, or things that I thought were really cool or interesting that didn't make the list. Essentially, is my honorable mentions. So things that you might have expected to be on the list that aren't, and things that I thought were interesting or caught me off guard because I've watched. This is also something I meant to, you know, preface. I've watched every OP this year. Okay, for this, I've watched every single OP this year. Not multiple times. I watched the ones that I thought were good. I made a list of like I rated them as I went, and I was like, I watched all the ones that I thought were good multiple times, and put them in a list and judged that list again. So I've run through this quite a few times. This wasn't put together as hastily as last year's was. And you know, it's been quite a quite a process to go through all of these ones. So there's been lots of things that I found, and I think it's pretty cool. All right. Second to last honorable mention was this is Mr. Otsumatsu-san, 3rd season. I think this OP is good. I love what they do with the credits. Look at how the credits are implemented and stuff. I feel like this one might be the one that I regret. Look at this take on me reference. I feel like I'm gonna regret this one. I'm not gonna lie as I'm watching it again. But it's my honorable mention. So yeah, this OP is great. I love how they implement the credits. I love all the colors. I love all the interesting transitions. I love the song. I think it slaps. It's so strong. And I can't believe I didn't put it on my top list. That just shows how strong this year is. This year's OPs are insane. The top 15, fucking crazy. It might be time for some people to get mad. Because this is my final mention, and I feel this might be my Promised Neverland of the year. So, here goes nothing, I guess. Just, Is it bad? Is it bad? Is my opinion invalid for the rest of the stream? Okay, let me talk about it then. Because I adore this song. Holy shit. I am not going to fault this OP because Eve is a fucking master of music. This man is so good. The song is so good. The animation is pretty as fuck. I just think everything else is better. And that's the only thing. And I think this is gonna be so maybe I come back to it, I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? Because this OP is really good. And I think it's this OP. Let me get this right. This OP and number 15 are very interchangeable. I don't think this goes higher than 15. I think this is 15 or the other one, but I chose the other one, and I'm probably gonna regret that tomorrow. But fundamentally, I think it's a shonen OP, and I have problems with shonen OPs because they fit a very basic structure of characters, cool animation sequence, stuff. Yeah, that's literally that's shonen OPs, man. And they kind of fit a box and they fill them every time, and I get a bit bored of seeing it. And that's the main problem holding Jujutsu Kaisen back, in my opinion. But yeah, that's the honorable mentions. I hope I haven't angered any of you guys too much. So yeah, let's get into it and get into number 15. Oh, fade to black. Oh, transition sequence. Oh, crazy. Oh, look at me go. Look at me go. Anyway. It's Black Clover opening 15. Guys, this OP is really good. I think something that's of Jujutsu Kaisen is completely valid. But I love the unique animation style. I love the way that you have the juxtapositions between the two characters. I love that it almost tells a story of a battle in a way, of a whole battle and a conclusion to that battle. I think that's really cool. And I love the way the music rolls of it is really cool. I especially love. Can I go back to this? I really love this exposition on this background. Is really cool. It's one of my favorite shots of the OP. It's good in a lot of ways, but it is a shonen OP still, and it has those flaws. So this is what everyone was expecting. But I don't think everyone was expecting this to be this low. So yeah, I'm looking forward to surprising you guys as to what's above this, because I think it's going to be really interesting. Because I think you're going to see a lot of things you didn't expect to see, and I think I found some really cool stuff. So let's jump into number 14, baby. Ooh, transitioning again. Oh, I have to do manual stuff. For anyone who hasn't seen this OP, this is a very different tone to Black Clover, and this kind of shows one of my biggest issues when I'm making this list, in that you can't judge. It's really hard to judge OPs when there's so many genres mixed together. But something about this OP is so endearing and heartfelt. Something about the visuals are really good. It shows the story of this father and daughter really well, and I kind of get the feel of their relationship through just this OP. I haven't even watched the show, and I get it. I get their troubles. I get what they're gonna go through throughout this. Probably what they're gonna go throughout the show, and It just hits an emotional note that I really vibe with. This is probably one of the OPs that I struggled to place the most, and it was really low down, and the more I watched it, the more it kept going up. I was just I couldn't stop rewatching it and finding new little bits I loved about it. And it does the slice of life genre some justice in these OP wars, because they're so bland half the time, but this is great. I love it. I don't know how many people have heard that show. I haven't watched the show. The problem also of this list is the fact that I haven't watched all the shows, so I'm gonna judge some shows a bit differently because I've seen them. But that's just how it is, isn't it? We cannot watch every anime. 13, I guess. Ooh, 13. Going down the list, going down the list. What's 13 gonna be? Isn't this so cool? How can you not vibe with this? This just... Oh. Doesn't this go? This goes so hard for no reason. Some of these shots are so beautiful and on just the parts of the mechanics. They're so good. My biggest qualm with Sophie is what I've dropped right now. This. I hate this. What is it doing? I hate these shots. This is what stops from being higher. These shots are kind of dull to me. But everything before that, and the song, and all the action shots, this is sick. That's a sick sequence. Holy shit, that's sick. Oh, that ending. That ending gets me every time. But how works this OP? This is getting me excited. You telling me you don't get excited when you hear that bottle crash with the music? Just gotta experience that in case you missed it. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. I love it. It's full of style. Oozing style, man. I love it. I can't get over it. I just hate these shots. These shots are so generic and why? Everything else before this was so good, and then it's generic, and then it's back to being pretty cool. We're only at 13 at Apo Romans. It's great. This year's so good. This year's so good. Let's go on to 12. I'm excited. I know what's coming. The reason I love this, visuals are so strong in this OP. The storytelling, very strong in this OP. Which are things I really, really love. The animation kind of is cool enough, and with these kind of shots, they're cool enough. But you've got all of these recurring themes. The credits come in little waves, which is really nice and unique. They're these little waves, and you've got all of this, and they come in like that, and you've got all the radio waves flowing throughout the country on each skyline, which is a cool, nice thing to deal with these shots. You've got on-beat, very short character introductions, which I like because I'm not really about character introduction shots too much. They don't just put in a room; they give her a nice background. And then for some reason, this just goes so hard, and it's shit. I don't know what's going on, but I'm rooting for her. Let's fucking go. You do that radio show. It's insane. Why is it go so hard? Why is it so hard? And then it's transition. Sick as fuck into all the radio waves, and then it's there, and she's being broadcast across the country. Sick. I love it. I love this. I don't know why. We're gonna jump straight into number 11. We're not even top 10. We're not even in the top 10 yet. Okay, a number 11. Just missing out on top 10. What is it gonna be? If you're talking about style points, the Millionaire Detective kills it. This OP is it oozes that fucking, that spy movie badass style to it. Look at this man. Why is he so fucking cool? He's so obnoxious. You can tell he's an obnoxious jackass just from looking at the way he behaves in this OP. Everything about him just screams rich jackass, and I think it's meant to. And it hits with that pure oozing cool. It's just cool as fuck. And badass energy with style and all that shit. It's up there in those categories. Lacking in storytelling. It's a lot of just cool badass shit. But I think it does it so well. Does it make me really, really attracted to this dude? Yeah? I think it's meant to. Look at him. Look at him. He's so pretty. Why is he so pretty? I don't know why. Why? I don't know. It slaps. The song is so good. It's so badass. I don't know why it's so cool. It makes me want to watch the show, that's for sure. All these OPs make me want to watch the show. We are reaching the top 10 mark, and you know what that means? Do you guys know what that means? It's time for another little midsection, because I've got some midsections, baby. And this time, we've got a section called the I don't have a bloody clue how to rate this OP, so I want to talk about it here award. Oh, what a section. This is the OP that I don't have a bloody clue how to rate. Because I adore the music, and I feel like there's probably some kind of symbolism in this, but I am not caught up in Attack on Titan, so I can't judge it. And if there is good symbolism, then this is a contender for one of the best OPs of the year, because I think it's sick as fuck. So much of this is cool. The song is really good. It gives off this, like, extreme hype energy, and it has nothing to do with Attack on Titan. What the fuck is it doing? I don't know. I don't know enough about what's going on in Attack on Titan right now to judge it, and that's why it's here. I wanted to talk about it though, because it's cool, and it hits every beat. Everything happens like on a beat. And it's that, if anyone knows me and what I like in OPs, I love when that happens. Top 10 time. Alright, let's get into it. I feel like you need to watch this OP at least 5 times, maybe 10, before you understand what the fuck is going on. Okay, so this OP. I have no idea what the fuck the anime is about. I don't know anything about the anime. I never heard about the anime before I saw this list, before I found it on an anime list. There are lots of reoccurring themes in this OP. One of the coolest things about the OP is I don't think there is like, there's probably like 1 or 2 cuts. Everything is a transition. Watch this and realize that literally everything's a transition, and it's so smooth. I didn't notice it the first time, but like it transitions every shot like almost seamlessly. It's crazy. I just want to watch that 30 seconds again. Like, I don't know if you guys are noticing, but like it's sick. These are the cuts at the beginning, but once it gets into the OP, it just hits. So here is where it's all seamless. P into here, strawberry slide, it's another thing. These are other things, yep. Then this, into another shot. Drops the title. Does this, the jacket, that's on the back of the jacket, goes into that. This, wolf stuff. Yeah, there's so many seamless transitions, and it's so cool. There's obviously like cuts mixed in there very fast, so you barely notice them. But like all of these are just transitions that like flow so nicely. That transition, like, I don't know, man. The transitions in this carry this a lot, but it's really well done. Like, damn, man, these transitions are sick. It's giving that kind of story in all the crazy of these guys fighting, this guy is trying to get there to do something. You've got these chaos makers. There's some kind of story there, so it gets that portion, but it's also just so crazy. It's so insane. And I think that's the vibe it's giving off. It's like meant to be off this whole like wild, crazy world that's going on, and it's insane. It's insane. This OP is insane, and that's why I'm gonna use the word I'm gonna use to summarize it, because that's what it is, man. Anyway, number 9. Watch it. Seems pretty average at the moment, I think. Then, better hit. Some cool as fuck. Stained glass animation. I'm a big fan. I think the uniqueness of this kind of style of animation, and then don't get me wrong, I do love this bit too. I'm a big fan of the other shots as well, because it's kind of just like, it kind of drops into this action sequence of cut sorts, which is very seamlessly done as well, and almost a bit disorientating. But I like it. I was watching it a few times. I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. I love how they use the words like as like battlegrounds and they like jump off it and swing around it. And then it's like, oh yeah, don't forget about this cool stained glass shit we were doing, because that's back again. And then it's like, oh fuck, oh I did love that. I was a big fan of that. And drops you in again. You're like, yes, yes. All right, let's jump into 8. Let's jump into 8. Oh. I was saying Ikebukuro West Park was insane. This is crazy. What the fuck is this OP just gives off mad energy. Like, it's just a lot of stills, but it is a lot of stills, but the stills are used very well. And the credits, it's all very, very stylish. When it doesn't go into stills, it doesn't go into stills hard. These are pretty cool shots. I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but I'm about all of the stuff going on the side of the credits. All the stuff with the credits is really, really cool. That bit too, I forgot about that. These guys, not gonna lie, these guys bumped them up at least 2 places. That bit is so good. You telling me you can't just fall in love with the oyo, oyo, oyo? It's so good. In all this insanity, you're getting like flashes of the characters. Like these are each a different character, and clearly what's like affected them as a person in their like silhouette, which I'm always a sucker for. I really love that kind of exposure. And just one time for girls' sake. All right, cool. Let's move on to the next one. Let's move on to the next one. All right, how do we get onto that? Let's go. Let's go. Number 7. Getting there. This OP is really weird. If I've been calling stuff insane and crazy, this is weird. This is weird. What the fuck is this? Oh, Dora Hedoro places 7th on my list. Because I don't know what the fuck's going on. Not seen Dora Hedoro. I haven't watched much anime this year. I haven't actually watched much anime this year. But I love anime OPs, and that's why I'm here doing this list. Like, I get the vibe, you know, it gets across, like, the pure insanity probably ingrained in this show. Like, it really, really, I feel like this just, like, reflects the soul of the anime that it's going, and in that sense, is this doing its job as an OP well? It hits that mark spot on, because it's fucking crashing down on it, with such a simple animation sequence as well. She's just cooking for... Let's just watch it. Like, this is like a vibe, right? And I love the title sequence. The way the title versus the title sequence is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. But she's cooking for nearly the whole OP. And it's like, what? But it just gets the feel, the show across so well. And I don't know how, because I haven't even watched the show, but I feel like it does. And I'm getting confirmation from Oolongs in the chat who's watched it, so that's great, because yeah, I don't know, man. It's great. It's great. It's crazy. It's weird, and it's encapsulating the soul of the show. It's representing so well. And I don't know, man. This is a great OP. God damn, it's cool, that's for sure. Look at these splats. Straight back into the title sequence at the end. Oh, I love when it circles round. I love when it circles round. It's so good. Oh. Anyway, I think I've said what I wanted to say about Dora Hedoro, placing at 7th on our list. Let's go to number 6. The name of the show, I believe it's called Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. Okay. This one was a hard one. This OP was a really, really hard one because, like, it wasn't. It's got so much like weird pluses and weird minuses to it, but I think it plays this high because it's like got such good like style to it. All this stuff in here is really, really good. Like, I'm pretty sure they make shots from the actual show itself, but it's using them in such a way that's really, really cool. And you've got like all these flashes of kanji and stuff, and then that's the title sequence. I love the style of the animation. This like papery kind of like, almost, I don't know how to describe the kind of style, but I'm a big fan. I hate this shot. Hate this shot a lot. Very uncomfortable. I think it's meant to be, but you know, kind of hate that. But this is cool. And how it's like reflecting characters and shit, and it's like, I don't know. I feel like I gave this one a lot of marks for its style, and its style carries it a lot. But even its like character shots are moving and have a lot in stuff in it. Not a huge fan of this action shot, but even then, this action shot only lasts like what, 10 seconds? But yeah, I think this one doesn't have as much to say about it, but I'm a really big fan of like mainly its animation just pushing it. Mainly its animation that's pushing it. So yeah, with that, we're coming into our top 5, guys. We're coming into our top 5 OPs of 2020. And let me tell you, they are all bangers. They are all bangers. And I think you can start narrowing down what some of them might be. Anyway, let's go. Top 5 time, baby. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! No bias this time, baby! Okay. Real talk, though. Real talk, okay? You've got to remember. You gotta look into this OP for what it is. This OP is masterful in a lot of ways. This OP is so good in so many ways. Last year, you can tell I'm not biased. Last year, I didn't put Kaguya on the list. I'm not. There's gonna be a little bit of bias here, but this OP is a lot better than the first one. A lot better than the first one. Because there's a hell of a lot of stuff that's relevant to if you've seen the show. And this is the problem with it being my list. Because I haven't seen every anime out there. I haven't seen every anime that's out there this year. And obviously I've seen a show and an OP has connotations to the show, then I'm going to like it a lot more because I understand those connotations. And here is where I see these connotations. There is a hell of a lot of meaning that I can go through. Mother's Basement has a great video on it. But this arrow shot goes through, has a lot of stuff about each character of responding to the arrow, of, you know, her shooting her love and responding. There's a lot of stuff of hidden meanings, but even without the hidden meaning stuff, it tells a good story. Even if it's not even like a big meaningful story, it almost represents a Kaguya skit in a way. It's got everything you'd want from a Kaguya skit. You've got them preparing the lunch and stuff. The shots are really, really good. They're really good in like what they are. They're so good and pretty. Like the transition where she pushes we went past it, but the transition where she pushes the stuff over is this bit here. Subtle but great. Where they put the lid on and it transitions to Shirogane. That's such a good shot. This back here every tight count as an OP, it's number 0. And it's fucking great. You've got as I said, you've got all the bits of a Kaguya skit. Like, as it comes towards the end, you've got everyone trying to pull their fucking shenanigans. You've got Kaguya trying to pull something off. You've got this shot here, which it's showing like the difference between this and season 1. Season 1 was very much about like their battle and stuff. You've got like the doves flying because it's a bit more peaceful. It's not so much lovers' war anymore. You know? It's a bit more idiots doing stupid things, and you've got this kind of representation of that, you know? You've got her being, you know, dramatic, you got all that stuff. You've got the great it's really representative of Kaguya. It's really, really representative of Kaguya. In so many ways. Love is peace now. It's so good at doing its job as an OP. Representing the show it has. Its animation is solid and impressive. Even though you might not like be able to see it, the animation is great. All of these pits, the song banger. It hits with the music. It's all really good. I'm just trying to justify myself more than I have in the other ones because I know you guys know how much I love Kaguya. It's my fucking sub notification. Like, you guys know, I'm trying to prove that I'm not being just a biased little piece of shit here, even though that's probably affected my decision a little bit. It's probably affected my decision a little bit. But yeah, Daddy Do, Kaguya Season 2 OP makes top 5 OPs of this year, and I will never take that back. Fuck you, fight me. Let's go. Number 4. I think I might get some shit for this one, not gonna lie, guys, but let's go into number 4. This OP is an interesting case. A very, very interesting case. Once again, if you haven't watched ReZero, it's not like a technically impressive OP. If you haven't watched ReZero, but I think when you've watched the show and you understand like this OP, I think this really hits. If you're a fan of ReZero, when you know I've got that section in my criteria. Does it do its job as an OP and an emotional reaction? This scores practically perfect scores on those. I can't state like watching this OP for like the first time or like first like couple of times. Honestly, gave my heart just such a wrench. I don't know. I'm a fan of ReZero, and like this shit. Watching this OP like made me feel so much, like to the point I was almost just crying at the OP, man. Like this just hits. This hit a point in my heart. Like the emotional reaction was strong, and it like really, really does its job as an OP. And fans of the show like understand and appreciate it all. And the storytelling is amazing. I can tell you so much without spoiling it, but obviously you're seeing like this whole journey of Subaru in a classic ReZero kind of sense. You're seeing like, you know, the flashes of the enemies, the resolute kind of face he's got going on here, like just trying to tackle his problems, right? And it goes through, walking through all his deaths, unfazed. He's died, fuck tons, doesn't care, keeps moving forward until he comes to Amelia on the floor, and he's just fucking dead. He's there, just like fucking breaks down, like fuck, man, I can't handle it. And it's like shit. Oh, that heart, it just hits, man. And then you've got like the gentle thing, like it's just so, and then it breaks into and it breaks to this front, and it's just eating shit constantly, just over and over again. Just, and all the flashes of the characters here are clearly just his thoughts of like trying what he's doing it for, why he's going through all this suffering for the people he loves. And damn, if that doesn't trigger an emotional reaction to people who have watched it, I don't know what does. Cause damn, that hits, man. It's so strong of a reaction, and it's such a good job for its OP. It's not technically impressive, no. It's not stylish. It hits with the music very well, but like damn if it doesn't score perfect scores in those areas, really. I haven't seen many OPs do it so good. And it's so like not technically impressive. It feels weird to put it at number 4, but like damn, I can't understate what an effect it has. And if you haven't seen the show, you might not understand, and that's just how it is, unfortunately, really. But you know, It's good. Trust, take my word for it. Take my word for it as someone who's watched the show. This OP did its job extremely well. Extremely well. But yeah. Jump into number 3, baby. Number 3. Oh, top 3. Keep your hands off Azoken. A love letter to animation of a series. A fucking... I haven't finished the show either. But a fucking sick OP. In a very minimalistic way. It does it in a very, very interesting and unique way. In the fact that there isn't really that much animation when you deep it. When you deep this show, there really isn't like much. This OP, there isn't much animation. There's like a few dance. There's like a few like dance things like rotated, right? And then there's the like, there's these little bits that like are like two frame animations. But it uses them so well. Like at first, I watched this bit and I was like, man, this kind of sucks. This little end bit, it's so strong to this point, and then it like drops off. I'm like, man, that sucks. This could be like one of the best OPs of the year, but I think this end bit holds it back. And then I watched it more, and you've got this really cool, like, this really cool sequence, right? But then you get to like here, and you see these 2-frame animations for each character, and I was like, huh, I'm gonna pause on them. They're very, they're all. I didn't realize. Also, can we just take a moment? Can we just take a moment? Look at the bottom left. What the fuck is this face, man? It's so funny. It's so good. But yeah, each one of these characters has like very representative little 2-frame animations revolving around that character, which is a really lovely detail, because I thought this was pretty dog at this first part, and I was like, oh damn, that's crazy. And then these bits are stuck around are all of them. And then you realize that the show's about amateur animation, you're like, damn. It's just kind of like showing all of their passions towards animation in one big spiral. And that's fucking cool. Even in a user way. And also the song is so good. But like, damn. Like, let's not, and we can't take away from how good the start is. Like, if we're talking, this OP is style and uniqueness incarnate. It's really well done minimalism. It's really, really well done minimalism, and I can't applaud it enough. It definitely deserves its spot number 3. Yeah, I don't have much else to say about Azoken because it is just minimalism in its finest form. It's so good. Azoken's sick, absolutely sick. Oh, let's move on to number 2 then. I think Inspector is the second best OP of this year. Fuck you. This might be the most insane placement on this list. I think this OP is wild good. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'll think back next year and be like, Josh, what the fuck were you doing? You're insane. That made no sense. But today, I stand with it. I think this OP is great. I think this OP is insanely good. This OP is good. I couldn't put it above anything. I couldn't anything else. Yes, her eye popped out. It's a prosthetic eye. It's a prosthetic leg. You kind of get it. I really, really adore the shot of the eye. I think it's cool as hell. I love how it gets rid of the characters so fast. The character introductions are gone. They're down, they're out of the way in 2 seconds. Thank you. I fucking hate character intros. She's on the opening title screen. That's cool as hell. She's on the credits. Let's go. Alright, sick. Look at this. Transition into transition. Perfect transition again. Cool as hell. It mixes up the background. That's fucking sick. It shows off her prosthetic leg immediately. Shows off character, some of the things about her character. Reflecting on them that you'll understand more as you go in. This is a sick-ass transition again. Really, really solid transitions. More solid transitions. Into more solid transitions. When I was talking about Ikebukuro Westgate Park having solid transitions, this has amazing transitions. I absolutely adore it. Then you go into this, hits on beat with every note. Every one of these new introductions to a yokai, on beat every single note. And it's crazy and fun. It's really, really fun. It really, like, just hits the thing. Less a fan of that. I love this. It gets me hype, you know? It gets me super hype for the show that's coming. And I love the end to the OP. Oolong, suck my dick. This OP is great, and it's the second best of the year, and that's my opinion. Honestly, this is really, really good. I've said what I love about it, and I'm not gonna justify myself too much because I believe it wholeheartedly. I genuinely don't think there's anything much better than this other than number one. But if you don't know what's coming for number one, I'm gonna be shocked, and I'm gonna introduce you to a great OP. So let's get into number one. So let's go. Was anyone shocked? Is anyone shocked? I'm not. Wow. Crazy. Great Pretenders, the best OP of 2020? Who could have seen it coming? If you haven't seen this OP, oh my god, just look at it. Just look at this OP. It's absolutely stunning. Stunning OP. It follows. It's got very what's the name of the movie? It's like it's very similar to like James Bond OPs. It's also got James Bond intro sequence, and it's flawless. I really can't dock it for anything. It's super clean. It goes through a whole story. There's like transitions into transitions, clean ass transitions every time. Every single fucking time, it's a clean transition into something new and interesting. The visuals are beautiful. The song, great. Like, damn, it tells a story of like of the whole like spy travel heist shit. You know, you're getting the vibe of a story here. Like they're traveling across the world, and it's like, damn, what the fuck? You're getting the action. It's great. It's getting me excited to watch the next show. It's short and sweet. Like, it's 30 seconds shorter than a regular OP, which is unique in itself. It's extremely interesting. I feel like it gives me, I think the only OP that's like, it's similar to, the music is tonally consistent as well. Yeah, it's great. I'm just gonna keep putting it on because it's a minute long. The only OP I can like even compare it to would be maybe like Tank, Cowboy Bebop's OP. Like, maybe that's the only thing that's like close. This OP is great. One of the greats, honestly. This OP could easily go down in like, if you were to be like, this OP is the best OP of all time, I would be like, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Because like, I made this list and I was like, wonder what's going to be number one. And then I was like, I guess Great Pretenders going to be number one. I was like, maybe something beats it. Maybe I'll watch all the OPs in the year and hope nothing beat it. Yeah, Great Pretender. The winner of Best Anime OP 2020. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Who would have seen it coming?